After a fierce fight with the spirit of in a transitional period, the ghost of the A-ranked haunted spot from the national spot map has been captured. And at the same time, one of the haunted spots for the pentagram, a key location for the murder of the Lord strategy, has fallen. And so, we've gotten another result, besides catching this kid. The curse of the spirit in a transitional period crushes the target with a super heavy mass, powerful enough to shake the ground. We were able to identify that. We see both Eiko and Kitaru are shocked. We see Yayoi saying, "We've saved Kitaru, we've caught the ghost, next is." We see the victims trapped from the previous episodes. We see they are finally free and start to get out of the cave. Meanwhile, Mitan is shocked while holding Shichitan. Yayoi says, "Gotta help the other victims, give me a hand." And so, we helped with Maeda San's resuscitation. We see Eiko telling her, "This is how you perform CPR. You can do it." In the next few panels, we see Kitaru and Yayoi are helping the victims, and help the ghosts of those who had already died escape the space. We see finally Shichitan gets up while Mitan is breathing heavily. We see she jumps on Shichitan, and they hug each other while Eiko is blushing. We see Yaya writing something while the rest of the ghosts are walking in line. We see the ghosts are crying while moving out of the cave. They are finally out. We see Yayoi telling we're leaving too. We see sunset in the next panel. We see Mitan saying, "I'll totally call you later." While Eiko says, "Yeah, I'll be waiting." Yayoi says, "Are you feeling alright, Shichitan?" While Kitaru is saying, "It could be dangerous to drive." To which Shichitan says, "How else are we gonna get back?" "Well, I was kinda asleep this whole time, so I don't remember a thing. I'm feeling fine." Kitaru says, "There's totally going to be an accident." Mitan says, "To the end, I don't understand what just happened. I keep thinking and thinking about it and I don't get it." Shichitan says, "Mitan, let's get our trip back on track and have some fun." To which she thinks for a bit. Shichitan says, "Well, whatever. No point thinking about it." While Mitan says, "Yeah, let's go." While they go by walking while taking their motorcycle, they both say bye and go their own ways. Yayoi says, "Now then, you two. I found something by chance while looking for Kitaru. I want you to come with me." To which both of them are shocked. We see they all come out of the car. What is this? They see an empty shrine. Eiko says, "A place to enshrine a graduate." While Kitaru is shocked. There was probably a traveler's guardian deity placed here. They're enshrined at the border of towns, mountain roads, and such places to stop calamities from entering. They perform their role from there. They're often placed in the path of great energy. It's broken, so it's probably been long forgotten. There's probably a lot of energy passing through here. This will be the perfect spot. It's hard to find with a glance, but near the road, so easy to collect. I see. Yayoi says, "It'll be this kid." We see the first ghost has been set up. Kitaru asks, "That one?" To which Yayoi says, "I want to avoid consecutive battles, so I'll let him rest." With this, the first spot of the murder of the Lord strategy, a damn mission complete. Let's get going. We see them by going in car while Kitaru thinks. We see the river of the dam. We see Kitaru thinks about the dam ghost, and says it was just a few hours, but so much happened. We see he recalls all the events of the dam, and shivers in fear. Yayoi asks, "Are you alright?" Kitaru says, "Sorry, a bunch of scary things started flashing through my head." Yayoi says, "Eiko, let's go somewhere to rest for a bit." To which Eiko agrees. Kei-kun's soaking wet, I know just the place. They arrived in a hot spring. Both the girl arrived in hot spring and are relaxing. Eiko says, "Even so, I wonder if Kei-kun is alright." Yayoi says, "The first fight. Not just Kitaru, we're all exhausted. I am sure he'll be able to recover." Yayoi says, "If possible, I want to get this done while AI is in the hospital. Might not be enough time though." Eiko says, While she is in the hospital. Yayoi says, "You don't think it's weird?" To which Eiko is confused. It's a thorough checkup. Her stay is abnormally long for a scratch. AI's been chased out of her parents' home. She's got a constitution that brings misfortune. So, from her family's point of view, they don't want her at home. They want her to be as alone as much possible in the hospital. That's probably what they're thinking. Eiko is shocked. Working under that assumption, her family must be wealthy. Or influential enough to talk with the hospital, or maybe both are true. We already got one refusal to visit her family's home. It's not a place we can barge into after she's released. Eiko says, we'll get turned away at the gate. To which Yayoi agrees. Yayoi says there must be a big connection between AI's god and her family. If they just wanted to be rid of her, they'd have her get adopted. Since they're not, there must be some reason. They need her under their control. So even if it's a bunryai, if we bring God's head as a souvenir, they can't ignore us. We should be able to pull that off. They may have some hints on how to attack the god's main body. It would raise the odds of breaking AI's fate. The plan absolutely must suit for that. We can't allow delays, to which Eiko agrees. Yayoi says, Eiko, can you take care of Kitaro? To which she seemed confused. Eiko remember giving Kitaru CPR and starts to blush. What do I do? It's not the time for this, but it's so embarrassing. In the last panel, we see Kitaru sitting alone. We see he is lost in his own thought. And Eiko comes. He sees her and starts to blush. Eiko asks, can she sit? To which Kitaru agrees. Have a seat. Thank you. They both sit together and say nothing. When both of their eyes meet, they start to blush. Kitaru says, Eiko, thank you for all you did. I would have died without you. To which Eiko says, no problem. Eiko asks, by the way, when you came back, do you remember how? They both again start to blush. Kitaru says, thank you very much, while Eiko says, sorry. They both see each other. They both are shocked. Eiko asks, your cheek, is it all right? Kitaru says, yeah, it's fine. It's because you did it that we're all safe. Eiko says, I am really sorry though. Kitaru says, no, you don't need to apologize. I should be thanking you. If you weren't there, I'd be dead. I can't thank you enough. I've really gotta be more useful at the next one. We see Kitaru crawling in fear. Eiko notices it. Kitaru says, damn it, stop it. We're here to save AI-chan, I can't hesitate. Why am I? Eiko is concerned about him. Eiko says, you don't have to force yourself. You nearly died this time. It's normal to be scared. We see him saying, but Eiko says, Kaikun. It's okay to be scared, or to tremble, just don't forget. We see her holding Kitaru's hands. She says while blushing, I will always be by your side. Even if something like this happens again, as many times as needed. We see he starts to calm down. He remembers all the previous encounter with Eiko slowly. For so long now, she's always been. Eiko has always been supporting me. Even now, he is finally calm. Haha, I am still dependent on you. And suddenly stands up. He holds her hand and says while kneeling down, when I was a shut-in. When I decided to remove the curse on our hands, and even now, you've always been by my side. So I can keep standing back up. Thank you. Eiko seems confused for a bit. Agrees and smile. They both start to blush. And he says, And also, he is blushing very much. The words won't come out. She's taken such good care of me. I can't chicken out now. Next month, when we get back to Tokyo, I want to show you my gratitude for all you've done for me. For everything. Let's go on a date. Eiko seems confused. Why next month? In that time I will come up with a through plan. While holding hands, Eiko says, what to do? While she is thinking I will tease him a bit. But that is a lie, to which Kitaru is shocked. She speaks. Kaikun. You will have to escort me properly. Kitaru is blushing very hard and says, leave it to me. In the next panel, we see Yayoi alone and thinks, while AI is in the hospital being limited to that time frame. This fight. A slight error in judgment could cost US forces. That's why we came without collecting the remaining graduates. I have been raising the graduates in my room for 2 years. However, if things get that frantic, we'll lose the space to capture it. all the way up to Class 4S High Priest. Depending on what happens, I may have to think about releasing the Transcendent Jazio. Because of the situation, there is the child I haven't counted. The worst, Class 0. No, that would be no different than the Transcendent Jazio. While we're in Kyoto, if we can keep increasing our forces like at the A Dam. Now then, in the next panel we see all of them together. Yayoi asks HM, Kitaru's feelings better? Kitaru says, yeah, sorry for making you worry. Yayoi says, it's not your fault. Things got really dangerous. Kitaru says, alright, let's talk about the next spot. Yayoi says then, once more. Before we talk about selecting the next spot, I want to talk about why I chose to attack the most dangerous spot first. Eiko says, the reason. Yayoi says, the strategy involves enshrining a graduate at each spot. In other words, every time we conquer a place, we've got less on hands, so we went to the most dangerous spot first while we had abundant fighting strength. Both of them agree. So, the next spot needs to be the most dangerous of what's left. While Kitaru laughs in pain. Eiko says, that would be. Yayoi says, this one. We'll head out as soon as we're done eating. The remaining haunted spots aren't on the national list, a place enshrining a divine spirit. All of them arrived on the location. Kubizuka Daimyojin Shrine. Kitaru seems shocked. Eiko says, let's see. What kind of place is this? Kubizuka Daimyojin Shrine. Minamoto no Yoritsu cut off the head of Shujin Duji, then brought the head back to Kyoto. At Onozaka he was warned, do not bring unclean things into Kyoto. This is where the head of the Oni chief, Shujin Duji, is buried. So, IT said that it was buried here. Shujin Duji repented and promised to help those who were sick above the neck. And so, IT is considered a shrine of blessing for neck ailments. They say even the people with the weakest spiritual sense will feel terrible. It's rumored that under the torii will give you a variety of curses. It's become a famous spot for ghost pictures. And so, for the occult rumors, known as the strongest den of vice in Kyoto, Kitaru says you get cursed passing under the torii. At a shrine. He tries to pass through the torii. While Eiko is shocked, he checks himself. I knew IT. It's just a regular shrine. The atmosphere has a strong feeling. IT does feel creepy, so that must be where the rumors came from. Eiko says, oh, that's a shrine family for you. Yayoi says, he's Kitaru-san from today on. Kitaru says, I was getting kind of nervous since we came here from a dam, but I am relieved. Eiko says, that's a nice change? Yayoi says, but there's definitely a strong ghost here. There's no mistaking this as a power spot. WLL enshrine the graduate here, since it's a burial mound for severed heads. This bad boy gets it. I will hide it with leaves. Installation complete. Our task is done. So, let's withdraw. To which both of them agrees. Yayoi says, I wonder if Oni and yokai are real? Eiko says, I have seen ghosts and gods, but never any yokai. Really? The true form of a god is a mystery, though. Is it a human ghost that's reached such as extreme level of strength, or something else entirely pretending to be one? There's plenty to research about their roots. Well, the one enshrined at that shrine. IT didn't feel evil at S. Oh, I don't think it used to be human. We have differing opinions. We see from Car's window a house with a broken window. We see a ghost appears from that window. She sees it. And sees through the window. Eiko asks, Yayoi-chan. She sees the previous house. Just my imagination. Kitaru feels sleepy. A lot of stuff happened, I am exhausted. He is possessed by the ghost. We see a terrifying ghost. He wakes up being scared. He looks around. What was that? A woman in red clothes. We see a lady's skeleton. That's Eiko. He is scared. But Eiko is front of him in the car. What was that? A phenomena. Supplementary explanation about the graduates. Bonus commentary. The above scene could be hard to understand at a glance, so I'll explain things and try to make it clearer. Yayoi-chan has currently raised 7 graduates. Following the accident, between May and October she was in the hospital and rehab. While in the hospital, she made Class 0, a prototype graduate. After being released from the hospital, she went to the Hadzikis, and using the know-how from Class 0, gave birth to Class 1. That was between November and March. And then in April, just 1 month later, Class 2 was born. Things get a little more complicated once Yaya-chan becomes a second year, but between May and October, Class 3 is born. While raising Class 3, she scouted the grade skipper, the imprisoned demon sergeant who died for his country. He was already graduate level when they met. Then between November of her second year and May of her third year, Class 4, High Priest of the Evil Sutra, was born. That part was depicted in the main story. This also makes things a little more complicated, but while raising Class 4, using a member of her room, she got possessed by 7 Jazio while searched for ghosts. She reversed the situation and caught them and made a room of only Jazio. That's how this special class, the Transcendent Jazio, was born in April of Yaya-chan's third year. There's one graduate whose existence Yaya-chan has purposely avoided revealing to Kitaro and Eiko. I wonder what the reason for that could be. If you enjoyed our journey through the world of manga, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating insights.